former presidential candidate and Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee. Good morning, Governor.
Hi, Megan.
You know, let me just clarify. John McCain goes on the Today Show yesterday, and they ask him, Matt Lauer asks him, do you have a better estimate now of when American forces can come home from Iraq? And John McCain says, no, but that's not too important. What's important is the casualties, and he goes on to expand from there. All these Obama surrogates have come out now slamming him, saying he's confused about what's important to Americans. He's out of touch with how important it is to the troops and their families in terms of when they should get home. Are they taking him out of context, Governor, or is it a fair criticism in your view?
Oh, it's a ridiculous criticism, and as Senator McCain pointed out in the interview, we have troops in South Korea that were there, have been there since the 1950s. We've got troops in Germany since the World War II. We have troops in Japan. But I don't hear anybody mounting protest or demanding that we bring those troops home. And I think that's the context in which Senator McCain was talking. This is a manufactured issue because the Democrats don't have a whole lot to go on right now. And, you know, their plan of energy is let's raise taxes. Let's make it even harder for the single mom to get her 3 kids to school by making gas even higher. And let's just don't have it so, you know, sudden. This impact. Let's have it gradually. So they're trying to run from that and the Jim Johnson controversy, and you know they'll take anything they can get and manufacture one. That's what they've done with this one.
What do you make of this notion, this comment that he is, quote, confused? Obama's foreign policy advisor Susan Rice used that word. Is that code for old?
Well, if it is, they're going to have a hard time because when Senator McCain gets Barack Obama in a debate, I think they're going to find out that he's not the confused one. Senator McCain clearly understands the world stage. He's seasoned, mature. He's experienced. And I think in a time when we are in an extraordinary crisis, Senator McCain brings what kind of gravitas we truly need. And if you've been around Senator McCain, as I have, debated him, you know that he's not the least bit confused about anything. He's a man of conviction, not confusion.
Let's talk about this Jim Johnson dust-up. This was one of 3 people who were on Obama's vice presidential search team. Now he's resigned after all sorts of controversy over whether he got a sweetheart deal from Countrywide Mortgage Company, a company that Barack Obama's been very critical of. He said, I'm not going to be a distraction. I'm out of here. Now some people are saying it calls Barack Obama's judgment into question. Others, including many conservative Republicans, have said, this really isn't that big a deal. Let's move on to the issues. You're a former presidential candidate. What do you think of it?
I agree with those who say this isn't that big a deal. I doubt there's a single dinner table in America where the name Jim Johnson came up. I seriously doubt the swing voters in the swing states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Arkansas, those are not conversations and issues that are going to determine who people vote for. They don't really care who vets it out. For example, I bet you ask the average American who was in charge of George Bush's process of picking a vice president. Most people wouldn't know. It was Dick Cheney.
Exactly.
Insiders know, but most people don't know. And I'll tell you the second part of that story, they don't care.
Dick Cheney making a joke at one of the correspondence dinners saying, if you'd like to be vice president, get yourself on the betting team. It's a good way in.
Yeah.
Governor Mike Huckabee, thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank you, Megan.
Good to see you.
Cool.